I'm Rachel, and today I'm going to tell you what is the difference between a library, an event, and a project in Final Cut Pro. This tutorial is for beginners, for those who have not really opened the program or who are just opening the program and wondering what in the world is this. This is not a huge in-depth thing, this is just cut to the chase. Let's get to the basics and find out what those things mean. Let's get started. Oh, and this is the screen that you get. Over to the left, you see Open Library. This is where your library is stored. Library is basically like a library. It's where everything in that entire project is stored. Library is the overview, the large storage unit of everything. In this section, you're going to store all of your files, your media, your music clips, your audio clips, your voiceovers, your actual movie clips, footage, maybe still images and pictures. And this window over here is your viewfinder, where you get to view what's going on or play your movie. Down here on the bottom, this is for your timeline. This is where you actually build your movie by adding and dragging clips down over here. Okay, so let's get started. Come over here to the Open Library and click on it. You'll get this dialog box, which asks you to either locate an existing library or to create a new library. Since I'm going to be showing you a tutorial on how to begin, let's make a new library. Next, you need to figure out on the left menu where you want to store your library. I am going to store it on an external disk called my Extreme SanDisk, and then I have it in a folder titled YouTube Videos, the year. I'm going to make it, let's make it a short. I need to create a new folder so it can be organized well. So I'll create the new folder first. Let's title it with today's date, which is August the 1st, 2023. And I'm going to title this test video. Create. And I also need to save the library, and I'm going to call this test video library. Okay, push save, and there we have a new library. This new library opens up with what is called the Smart Collections and today's date, where it's going to store all of your files and events. So let's come over here to import media. When we click on import media, up comes the dialog box here, which allows me to search. Over here on the left, you'll see your devices. These are things I have plugged into my computer. I have a lot of external drives, and then you have your desktop and your actual hard drive on your computer. I actually store things on this Extreme SanDisk, so I'm going to go over here and find some footage. I'm going to go into the year 2022 to a vacation that I took last year to France and Germany, and I don't really know where. Let's see, where's some good footage? It's been a while since I've looked at this folder. Let's try this one. Weizsäckheim. This was a small day trip that I took. All right, I'm going to grab these clips and import the selected. When I come over to the right, it says add to existing event. That's what we want to do, and it is clicked. We don't want to create a new event in here. We want to just add it to this existing event. So we leave that as is. Most of these things we leave as is. Files, I want to leave my files in place. I don't want to take up more storage on my external drive. You can leave your files in place. Just make sure that you do not rename them. When I first started in Final Cut Pro, I would go back and rename files on my hard drive or on my external drives, and then I would get these red boxes that said, warning, file missing. So don't do that. And it also saves you a lot of storage space to do this. Create proxy media, yes, leave it like that, and import selected. So we get our video clips over here, and now I want to start a project. So I come down here and click, but nothing happens. You actually have to create a new project. So click on this icon, and another dialog box comes up, and I'm going to give this video I'm going to give this project a title, and I'm going to title it the same thing, Test Video. And it's in the event 8/1/23. It's a 4K video because that's the format that I filmed in. The resolution, that's the highest resolution that I have on my camera there. I recorded it in 24 frames per second, and all of this we leave the same. So I push OK, and now my timeline appears. It's empty, and I need to drag all these clips into it. The next thing you need to do is drag these clips you can click on your mouse pad and select them, and they all turn yellow, or you can click one at a time to drag. But first let's explain the difference here. So I've got over here is a library. Over here are the events. The events are all the different media that you bring into it. So if I grab some clips from a different date, they would be under another tab, and if I added in some audio, there'd be another tab, and so on and so forth if they came from different times. And you can open these up and find them. So your project that you create will always be up here in the top, and so that you can see something in this box, let's click and add our video clips down here. So click, and I'm dragging them down to the timeline, and this is a magnetic timeline. They always snap to the far left. So now I have what's down here called a project. So as you can see, there's a library where everything is stored in. These are all my files, and down here is the actual movie that I'm making, the actual project, the videos that are all the extra clips that are added here that I'm compiling a new movie in. So that is the difference between library, where everything is stored. The events are the actual clips, media, and down here is the new project that you're creating. When you want to go save this project, you need to make sure that you always click up here on the library, on the project, and then you would go way over here to the right and click on this save button. But this video tutorial is not about saving. We're not going to go into that right now. However, I do want to let you know that you can create another project here. So if I wanted to create another movie project using the same audio and media files that I have here, I go up to File, go to New, and say I want to create a new project. And therefore, I can title this one Test Video Number 2. This is helpful whenever you have a lot of clips that you want to make multiple videos from, and so now the timeline has been cleared. That movie didn't disappear, it didn't get deleted. See, if I click back here and double click, it will appear back on my timeline, but I want to create something new, so I'm going to double click that, and now I have a new timeline, and say I want it just of these fish swimming in the pond. I can drag that down here, and I've got an entirely new movie project being started over here. So in this tutorial, I have showed you the difference between libraries, events, and those events are stored here under the Smart Collection. It has all video, and that would be all my video, audio only. If you click over here on the Smart Collections, it will show you all your media that you've imported. I have not imported audio yet, so you can't see anything there. I haven't imported anything else or saved things as favorites. I haven't imported any stills. This is an organizational tab. If I want to add some audio in here, I would say import media and then go find some sort of music that I've already got on here. Let's see, I'd have to get it from a former project. How about how to do a voiceover? Is there music in here? Yes, we have Swans in Flight. Let's import this music, Swans in Flight, into here so you can see where audio shows up. Audio shows up blue. These yellow and red portions are where the audio has peaked above the optimum level, and the best volume for your audio, or the best listening volume for your audio, is right here, right under the yellow line. So when you see the red, that's usually distorted audio. So whenever you're adjusting your audio down on the timeline, you want to make sure that you bring the horizontal bar just below the yellow. Okay, so if we want to look and see where audio shows up here in the organizational tab, click on the Smart Collections, and here when we click on audio only, that's the only audio we've added to our clip. So you can just see this is an organizational way to find your audio. Okay, and to add the audio to your timeline, you would click and drag it and save it under here. And you can grab the ends, and when a bracket appears, you can slide it, and this is a magnetic timeline, so it snaps to the end. I'll be showing you in other videos how to adjust the fade on the audio, but for now, this shows you how to get started in Final Cut Pro. I hope this tutorial helps. Thanks for watching. Now that you know the difference between libraries, events, and projects, why don't you go get started on your own project? I hope this tutorial has helped you, and if you have any further questions, please let me know down in the comments below, and I'll try to answer them in a future video. Thanks for watching, and go make some art today!